Come with me just for a moment. Let us leave the world below with its hurried pace and its endless demands. We will rise gently into the soft morning air. Imagine the ground falling away, the familiar sounds of the city fading into a distant, gentle hum. Here, in the quiet expanse of the sky, we can find a different perspective. We are floating now, weightless and free, held aloft by the warm currents that sweep across this remarkable island. Below us lies a city of subtle wonders, a place where concrete and chlorophyll live side by side, where ancient traditions whisper to modern ambitions. This is Taichung, a jewel of central Taiwan, and we are about to see it as few ever do. Our journey begins over the city's central district, the very core of its modern identity. Look down. The skyscrapers of the Zitun district reach for the sky like a metallic forest. Their glass facades capture the morning light, shattering it into 1,000 brilliant shards that dance and shimmer. These are the towers of commerce and innovation, symbols of Taichung's ambition and forward-thinking spirit. From our serene perch, the urban energy is palpable, yet it is transformed into a silent visual spectacle. We can see the faint lines of traffic beginning to flow along the Grand Taiwan Boulevard. Below, the architectural diversity is striking. Sleek contemporary structures stand near more modest older buildings, creating a mosaic of different eras. We can see the iconic shape of the Taichung City Government Building, its unique design a bold statement in the urban landscape. It is surrounded by meticulously planned green spaces. Observe the geometry of the city grid. The streets intersect at perfect right angles, a legacy of careful urban planning that has defined Taichung's development. As we continue our placid drift, a remarkable feature of Taichung becomes wonderfully clear. The city is not a stark, grey expanse. Instead, it is interwoven with vibrant threads of green. Look there, a sprawling emerald carpet laid out amongst the buildings. That is Taichung Park, one of the city's oldest and most beloved public spaces. From our height, we can see its iconic red bridge, the Zhongzheng Bridge, arching gracefully over the serene Sun-Moon Lake. The lake itself is a polished mirror, reflecting the blue of the sky and the dark green of the surrounding banyan trees. It is a perfect oasis, a haven of tranquility nestled right in the heart of the urban rush. Our aerial perspective allows us to appreciate the park's thoughtful design. Winding pathways meander through lush lawns and groves of trees. We can just make out the delicate form of the Lake Heart Pavilion. People, small as ants from our viewpoint, stroll along the paths or rest on benches beneath the shade. They have come here to escape, to find a moment of peace, just as we have. Now let your eyes wander beyond the park's borders. Notice how the green does not stop there. It spills out, following the lines of the city's boulevards. We glide onwards, and another patch of green comes into view. This is the Calligraphy Greenway, a long linear park that stretches for over 3 kilometers. Let us now shift our focus and follow the gentle, meandering path of water. We are drifting towards the Fa River, a vital waterway that has shaped both the landscape and the history of Taichung. From our elevated position, the river appears as a silver ribbon, catching the sunlight as it winds its way from the mountains towards the sea. It is not a mighty, roaring torrent, but a calm and steady presence. Its banks are lined with lush vegetation, creating a corridor of wildness that slices cleanly through the organized grid of the city. As we follow its course, we can see how the city has learned to live in harmony with the water. Along the riverbanks, extensive parks and cycle paths have been developed. Small bridges, both for pedestrians and vehicles, span the water at regular intervals, stitching the two sides of the city together. The river is not a barrier, it is a centerpiece. It is a shared space where people come to exercise, to relax, and to feel the cool breeze that blows along the water's surface. It is the city's natural promenade. Look closely at the water itself. In recent years, great efforts have been made to restore the river's health and vitality. From up here, we can see the results of that work. The water runs clear in many places, and the riverbanks are teeming with life. We might even spot the flash of a white egret taking flight from the reeds, a beautiful symbol of nature's resilience. Now, let us guide our silent craft towards the cultural soul of the city. From our high vantage point, We can spot the distinctive, ornate rooftops that signify places of deep tradition and spiritual significance. Look there, nestled amongst a dense cluster of buildings. That is the Zhenlan Temple in the Dajia district. Even from this distance, we can appreciate the complexity of its design. The swallowtail eaves curve gracefully towards the sky, adorned with intricate, brightly colored dragons and phoenixes. It is a beacon of faith and history, a place where generations of worshippers have sought guidance and offered thanks. We drift slowly over the temple complex. It is a hive of activity, a vibrant center of community life. The courtyards, visible as small, open squares from our perspective, are filled with people. Let us turn our gaze now to a very different, yet equally important cultural landmark. We are floating towards the magnificent form of the National Taichung Theater. Designed by the famed architect Toyo Ito, its structure is a marvel of modern engineering. From above, it looks less like a building and more like a work of organic sculpture. Its curved walls and cavernous openings are said to have been inspired by the natural forms of caves and whirlpools. From our serene position in the sky, we can see both landmarks within a single glance. The traditional temple and the avant-garde theater are two different expressions of the human need for meaning and for beauty. In Taichung, there is room for both to flourish, each enriching the city in its own unique way. As we continue our effortless glide across the urban expanse, the city reveals itself not as a single entity, but as a rich tapestry woven from countless different neighborhoods. Each district has its own unique character, its own distinct rhythm. Let us drift over the West District, for example. Here, the streets seem narrower, the buildings more intimate. This is an area known for its creativity and its quiet charm. We can see the green canopy of trees shading the lanes, and the small, independent shops and cafes that give the neighborhood its bohemian feel. It is a place for leisurely strolls and unexpected discoveries, a slower, more contemplative side of the city. From our vantage point, we can see the subtle differences in the architecture. Older two-story shop houses with weathered facades stand beside tastefully renovated buildings that now house art galleries and design studios. Now let us allow the wind to carry us towards a different part of the tapestry. We are approaching one of the city's famous night markets, perhaps the Fengqia night market. Even in the daylight, it is a fascinating sight from above. The area is a dense, intricate maze of narrow lanes and covered stalls. We can see the tightly packed rooftops of countless vendors, a colorful and chaotic pattern that promises a feast for the senses when night falls. Each neighborhood, from the tranquil, leafy lanes of the West District to the energetic maze of the night market, contributes a unique thread to the overall fabric of Taichung. It is this diversity that makes the city so endlessly fascinating, a place of constant discovery. Our gentle aerial journey now takes us towards the western edge of the city, to a place of vast open space and rolling hills. We are approaching the Taichung Metropolitan Park, a colossal green sanctuary perched on the Dadu Plateau. From our elevated perspective, its sheer scale is breathtaking. It is not just a park, it is a landscape. Sprawling over 88 hectares, it is a great green lung for the entire urban region. The geometric shapes of the city give way to the soft, natural contours of the land. We can see wide, sweeping lawns, dense patches of forest, and a network of pathways that follow the gentle rise and fall of the terrain. This park is a masterpiece of ecological design. It was created not only as a recreational space for people, but also as a habitat for wildlife. As we drift silently above, we can see the different zones that have been cultivated. A large sundial, a feature that is clearly visible from our height, stands as a focal point, connecting the earthly landscape to the celestial movements of the sun and stars. The park offers some of the most spectacular views of the city, and from our even higher vantage point, we can see why. It sits on elevated ground, looking back towards the central urban core. As we hover above this magnificent green expanse, a profound sense of peace settles over us. Here, on the edge of the city, the balance between the built environment and the natural world is most beautifully expressed. The sun is beginning its slow descent towards the horizon, painting the western sky in magnificent shades of orange, pink, and purple. Our journey is nearing its end, but the most magical transformation is just beginning. As the natural light fades, the city below begins to create its own. One by one, then in clusters, then in a great cascading wave, the lights of Taichung flicker to life. From our privileged position in the darkening sky, we are witnessing the birth of a new landscape, a constellation of human creation laid out on the canvas of the earth. The city, which was a world of shapes and colors by day, is now becoming a world of pure, brilliant light. The main boulevards, like Taiwan Boulevard, transform into glowing rivers of gold and white. The skyscrapers, which were reflective giants in the morning sun, now become luminous beacons, their windows glowing like thousands of tiny embers. The National Taichung Theatre, which was a pale, organic form by day, is now bathed in a soft, ethereal glow, its unique curves highlighted in a way that makes it seem even more otherworldly. The parks, like Taichung Park, are outlined by the warm light of lampposts, their lakes reflecting the shimmering city lights like dark, liquid mirrors. Even the night markets, which were a dense maze of rooftops, are now a vibrant, concentrated explosion of light and color, their energy visible even from our great height. The entire city pulses with a new kind of life. It is a breathtaking spectacle, a testament to the collective energy of millions of people living and working below. We are floating in the quiet darkness, observing a silent, luminous ballet. The city at night is a work of art, a sprawling, dynamic installation that is never the same twice. Our imaginary flight is now complete. Let us begin our gentle descent, slowly returning to the world below. As we drift downwards, the patterns of light and shadow resolve back into familiar forms: buildings, streets, and trees. The distant hum of the city gradually grows clearer, resolving into the individual sounds of traffic and life. The grand, unified vision we witnessed from above now separates back into a million tiny, individual stories. But we carry with us a new perspective, a sense of the whole, a memory of the city's true and complete form. We have seen how all the disparate parts fit together to create something truly remarkable. This journey has shown us a city that has found a rare and beautiful equilibrium. Taichung is not a place where nature and urbanity are in conflict. Instead, they are partners in a delicate and ongoing dance. The green corridors weave through the concrete grid, the restored rivers flow peacefully alongside bustling districts, and the great mountain parks stand as eternal guardians over the human endeavor below. It is a city that has managed to grow and modernize without losing its soul, without severing its connection to the natural world. This balance is perhaps its greatest achievement and its most profound source of beauty. As our feet touch the ground once more, the feeling of peace and wonder need not dissipate. We can carry the memory of that aerial view with us in our daily lives. Taichung, as seen from the sky, is a testament to the power of thoughtful design, cultural richness, and a deep respect for nature. It is a city that feels both dynamic and serene, both innovative and deeply rooted. The sky above Taichung holds a quiet wisdom, and we are all the better for having spent a few moments listening to its story.